Ammo is crazy expensive and hard to find, and dry fire is life. I use the Mantis X10 to keep my handgun skills strong, and it makes dry practice fun and challenging. Check it out at the link below.
Hello everyone, Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. Welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra, and this is your Monday dry fire practice brought to you by Mantis. Now we're not using a Mantis drill today. We're going to talk about how you can improve your performance under pressure. There are three modes to training. We want to train in a speed mode so that we're developing efficiency and clean movement. We want to work in the accuracy mode so that we have a very effective ability to shoot exactly what we aim at. And we're really developing proper mechanics. But then we want to move into performance mode, which will help us improve our judgment and call our shots each time. So each one's very important. The performance, or the match mode as Steve Anderson calls it, his repetition and refinement books are excellent on this, allows us to really start putting speed and accuracy together. They have never been separate. They never can be separate. I mean, you can shoot without any accuracy and you can shoot really slow, but there's still an element of speed and accuracy in both. We want to put both together, but how do we do that? How do we get better with that? In martial arts, we do this quite frequently. Whether it was a striking art or was a grappling art, what we do is learn the technical skills. Then we would try to apply it as quickly as we can, and then we'd work on our game plan, which is our stress under pressure. And I think martial arts gives me a huge advantage in this area because I basically have had to prepare to fight people all the time. And it allows me to gain some sort of organizational skill in how I'm going to take that pressure. Because it's an incredibly pressure-filled event. You know, you got 8 weeks to get ready for a fight. You watch the guy's videos. You've got to get ready. You've got to think about it. And the stress builds up. Frankly, the self-defense incidents I've been in are much easier because there was no anticipation. It just happened. So we want to develop a program that will allow us to shoot better under pressure. That means either we're shooting a test, we're shooting a drill, shooting a qualification, we've gone to a match, we're shooting against our buddy in a man-on-man competition. It doesn't matter. We need to have some sort of function to allow us to do better. Okay? Just because you've trained doesn't mean that's going to come out at that time. You have to organize yourself and get ready. Now we should see a little difference between speed mode and performance mode because there's going to be a bit more visual patience. We're going to be really judging what we're doing as far as the shot, observing it, and either we're going to correct it or shoot it. If we have to correct it, it's probably going to cost us a 0.2. If we're being visually patient, it's going to cost us a 0.1. So there'll be a little bit of difference. We should see a little bit from that. But the faster you get, the higher performance levels will go. Now before you shoot, you need to get in the habit of doing several things. And I know you can't do this every time before a self-defense incident, but usually we can see something coming in advance. If we've worked on our awareness and we have a proactive mindset, we're going to see danger a little bit before it happens. Any of you are friends of The Last Samurai? Just before he gets in a sword fight, he has this visualization process. Warriors have been doing this all throughout history. There's always a walkthrough. You're practicing at home, that's your walkthrough. Just before you go, you can visualize very quickly. What I like to do is create a preparatory index towards the target. Okay? So if I was going to fight you or I'm going to shoot or whatever, I want my body lined up with a target. I don't want to stand like this and have everything out of place. I'm going to begin to get into a preparatory index so I could draw and get the firearm out. I'm going to visualize exactly what I want to see from behind the gun. Don't visualize it outside. Don't talk to yourself. Visualize what you want to happen. I see the red dot. I gently press the trigger to the rear according to the size of the target. If the dot's inside, that's successful. If it's not, I need to shoot again. Very simple process to visualization. In order to keep the mind moving, I'm going to begin to breathe. That means exhaling. You've got to thaw the freeze because the mind will freeze when it's waiting for something and you'll get worried about the past or the future. So exhale so you keep your body moving and therefore you keep your mind moving. It's good to have something to focus on. All right, you can focus on the target. I know Scott Jelinski likes to have a conversation with the target. I like to sing a little song. Mine's Metallica. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Because that's usually about the time that I have on a par time. It just occupies my mind. It also excites me, gets me ready to go, and reminds me to be on fire when I shoot, to let go, get after it. Okay. When I'm ready to execute, I need to be ready. As soon as I hear that stimulus, bang, I want to get that gun out. I want to be ready. I'm not waiting in dread. I want to be released so I can do the thing that I'm going to do. If I was going to defend myself, it's going to be very clear. I'm going to see what's about to happen and I'm going to be released and I have to go. But dread creates freeze if we're not careful. As soon as I get done with this drill, I want to review what I did. Okay, and that means I want to confirm either it was good shots. If it wasn't, I want to improve what I needed to see. Now I'm going to be using this same target that you guys see over here. There's a lot of targets on it. So in this drill, what I'm going to do is either set a par timer for 5 seconds, 10, 15, or 20. I usually do one of each because this is how I'm going to end my practice. That way I don't leave in speed mode, I don't leave in accuracy mode, I leave in performance mode. Okay? I do one set of 5 seconds, one set of 10, 115, and 120, and that's it, I'm done. And what I'm trying to do is see my dot and call my shot every time, according to the size of the target. So on the 5-second drill, I put one shot on each of these targets in any order. Visualize the order you want to go. I'm going to shoot this, this, and this, and you put one shot on it. You set a par time for 5 seconds, and you just keep working your way through it. If you can get through all the targets in 5 seconds, you've done a pretty good job. Okay? What we're doing is calling the shot and getting a preparatory index ready. All right, I got my Range Tech timer with me. You can see it back here. You'll be able to see the timer. I'm going to turn sideways. I have the same target that's here over here on this wall. Let's check the gun, make sure it's empty. Okay, got dummy rounds there. Physically and visually verified. You guys can see too, and we're good to go. Okay. Now, my trigger's not going to work after the first shot, but I'm just going to keep pressing and feeling that. I could do it with a blue gun as much as I could do it with a real gun, because this is a visual confirmation of skill that already exists. You have earned the skill in dry practice. Now it's time to execute the skills earned. If you don't practice, you've earned nothing. Therefore, you will be very inconsistent in your ability to do these things. So we've earned the skill. Now let's see how well we can perform. So this is going to be a 5-second drill. I'm going to fire one shot on each target until the par time goes off. Okay. Quick review. Okay. Liked everything I saw. So I was able in 5 seconds to work all the way across this, all the way down to here, all the way to here, and start on that first one. That's how many shots I got done in 5 seconds. Okay, so not too bad. So we've got 3 targets across the top, 3, 4, so that's 6, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 targets in 5 seconds with the draw. So pretty good. But I'm not worried about how many targets I got, because that's because I built that in speed mode. Now I'm just seeing the dot and calling my shot. So after this, I'd set a par timer for 10 seconds. So let's do that real quick. Okay, now we got a par time for 10 seconds.
0.00.
And I know it's boring watching somebody else shoot, but I just want to make sure that you understand it. After this 10, we do 15 and 20. So I'm going to do the same thing, but this time everything gets 2 shots. Everything gets 2 shots. Preparatory index. Get myself situated. Visualize what I'm about to do. Now begin to exhale. Start my song while I start my timer. Okay. So I made the par timer. Now 10 seconds is so much longer than 5 seconds because the draw is not a big part of it. So I was able to get all the way around it and start again. Okay, and I realized at the beginning of this, as I review it, I didn't see my dot as well as I should on the first 2 shots. So I'm going to tell myself to be a little bit more visually patient and really center the dot, call my shot. See the dot, call my shot each time. It was inside the target, I know that, but my mind wasn't as focused as it should have been. I was worried about the draw. I was living in the future. All right, so let's set this to well, we'll just stay with this. You can go 15 or 20 seconds. I'll do it one more time so you can see. So now I'm going to think about what I did, how I can improve it this time. I've got my preparatory index. All right, so I'm going to go the opposite way around the circle this time. I'm going to go counterclockwise, and I'm going to start on the low B target. So I breathe out. I've got my visualization, start my song in my head. Good review in my mind and improving it. Okay. So there's your practice. You're working in performance mode. Only you can judge this because this is a judgment call. Did you see enough? But if I leave in this mode now, I put myself back in being accountable for what I'm doing, to see what I need to see. This is where people that are against speed get really upset. They start saying, yeah, you're not accountable for what you're doing. So practice the processing speed. People who are not so big on accuracy and just want to go as fast as they can, now all you have to do is make sure the shot is somewhere in the target. It needs to be somewhere in the target. Okay? It doesn't matter where it is in the target, but we want to make it acceptable to the target. And that's what performance mode is. You guys, this will allow you to perform at much higher levels than other people. You will be calm and centered, and you'll be able to execute. And that's what we need in self-defense, the ability to be centered, to see what needs to be done. If you don't practice this, you're really leaving a big part of your ability on the table. Earn the skill in practice, okay? And then on your last bit, do performance mode. And I guarantee if you practice this for a week, at the end of your practice, you're going to see a big improvement in your shooting. And you're also going to be able to let go of the two things that interfere with our shooting at the high level. That is stress. Right? Stress is worry about the future. That's anxiety. And then worry is about what we did last time. We're worrying about last time or the future. The only thing we can control is what we're about to do right now. And we need to program ourselves to be present. This is how we measure, refine, and perform at the highest level. Thanks for paying attention. I hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a message. Hit a thumbs up, except for you two guys that like thumbs down always. Okay? Get those out of the way. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. This is Active Self-Protection Extra. Make sure you go over to the other page of Active Self-Protection and look what gunfights look. There's a certain amount of process and cyclic concentration that needs to be present, and this will really help you tremendously. Thanks so much.